Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dan. This is Dan's Diamond Detailing. I wanted to go over a couple of products today, an official unboxing from one of my favorite brands called Armour Detail Supply, but unfortunately the box did not arrive today. But we do have a couple of cool stuff that we can go over, which I have and I have not tried yet officially. Give it about a minute here for people to tune in. What's up, Wisconsin Weekend Warrior? How you doing, man? I see that you've tried a couple of good products. Um, Appreciate you coming in. So today we have Armour Detail Supply. We're going to test a couple of products. Pretty much my goal today is going to try their pre-wash, which is called Armour Detail Supply Decon. Their rinseless wash, which is Hero. Their foam cannon. Have not tried their foam cannon yet. Their rinseless wash sponge. I have an air freshener here we can smell, and the method of their wheel cleaning. I have a couple of tools that are very similar from them. What's up, Rico? How you doing, my friend? What's up, Flint? How are you, man? All right, so let's get into it. First, I always get a pair of gloves. It's just a habit of mine. Does it right now, just as a general test, can you hear me comfortably? Can I talk like this? If you can hear me talking softly like this, that means my earbuds are working, and I'm not tethered to the length of my phone. So if you could just give me a quick sound check, I always appreciate that. And also, while we're here, before we go over this, I have a couple of packages that I want to open up real quick. Awesome, Flint. Great. So then I don't have to talk as aggressively. The first package that I have today is from Fine Detailing. So we will open this up real quick. Shout out to Ryan from Fine Detailing. And we also have the mystery box, which I bought, or not bought, which I won last week from the House of Rags. So first, let's open up Ryan's package. This is the first package I've purchased from Ryan from Fine Detailing. I spoke with him this week. He's a very friendly. He responds really quickly, and he's really nice. He's very helpful. What's up, AK? How you doing, my friend? All right, so packaged pretty well. Nice wrapping paper. Toss this here on the floor. And what did I get? I got a bottle of super foam in a 1 liter. Yes, you heard that right. I got super foam in a 1 liter. Normally, you have to purchase this in a 5 liter off of a couple of other websites. But Ryan from Fine Detailing will put this in a 1 liter, as well as Multi-Star and FCL, and maybe a couple other products I haven't noticed. But the products that usually you have to buy in 5 liters, people like me, that's just too much. So appreciate you, Ryan, for letting me get this. Looked like he packaged it very well. If those who might not know, super foam is essentially like active foam on steroids. It's a more aggressive pre-wash, but also it's designed to be used as a contact wash as well. So let's say you have a very gnarly car. What you would do personally as a recommendation, I would come in with Multi-Star and a pump sprayer, so you don't have to use as much chemicals. Probably in a 1 to 10 in a pump sprayer. As a No, it's 1 to 10 in a foam can, and 1 to 50, I believe, 1 to 50 Multi-Star in a like an X foam or a sprayer. I would probably just use a pump sprayer. You don't really need bubbles. Then I would either rinse that off and then come in with a contact wash on super foam or active foam, whatever. But we will try this out one day, hopefully. Let's see here. What's up, Enthusiast Detailing? I've always wanted to try active foam. Active foam is pretty much my all-time favorite pre-wash. It's not the most effective. It might not be the most cost effective, but it does goes a very long way. You just need like 50 or 60 mils in a foam cannon, and it foams up very well. And it smells the fragrance. Not only is it probably the most pungent pre-wash that I own, but it lasts hours. I will wash my car out there. If you could see, it's snowing still. I'll wash my car out there, and then maybe 3 or 4 hours later, I come outside and it just smells like a beautiful, beautiful nightclub. And yeah, so Ryan from Fine Detailing, Ryan, super foam, excellent. Can't wait to try that. Now this is from Jamie at the House of Rags. This is the mystery box. I haven't a clue what it is. Let's hope it's nothing special that I'm not supposed to see, or at least not show publicly. But who cares, right? Let's do it. Oh, let's see the chat here. Yeah, Ryan's awesome. Ryan is a cool guy. Thank you, Wisconsin. Let's see. Enthusiast detailing. I've always wanted to try that. Active foam. Yep. Wisconsin weekend wear. That is way cool. I had no clue who did that. What do you mean exactly? Who did what? I have not tried KCX nor ADS yet. One day, wife's nagging me about buying so much after the Yum restock. Honestly, Yum's excellent too. Yum is excellent. Uh, if you're an enthusiast, what I'm noticing is try to find people who are in your area, reach out to them, see if you can do some trades. I talked to Greg. Everyone knows who Greg is. He probably will be popping in here if he isn't in here now. What's up, Sal? Greg is in Portland. I'm in Seattle, like West Bellevue, kind of like by Microsoft. And we're trying to chat because I have a lot of stuff. He's got a lot of stuff, and I want to try a lot of stuff. So, okay. See, Ryan turned me on ADS phobic. I've heard a lot of good things about phobic. What's up, Sal? We're going over the ADS. We're going to do a decon pre-wash just to test it out. I'm going to do two methods. One in the X foamer, one in the foam cannon. And then we're going to come in with Hero after we rinse off. We're going to come in with Hero. That's decon. We're going to come in with Hero at a 256. Test it in the sponge. Test it with the double flip. Test it with the mitt. And then we are going to come in with the drying aid. We're going to use Amplify as the drying aid, but we're also going to compare Hero at a 64-1 as their waterless wash method. See if there's a big difference between the two. And if I have any time, which we probably won't, but who knows, we're going to go over Pilot, maybe kind of clean one of my, I have a baby here, so this place gets dirty really easily. I don't even have to try to make it dirty. Maybe we'll do a little bit of trim wipe up. And tomorrow, since my initial package, those who are listening right now, my initial package that was supposed to arrive today, our first day of snow, we haven't gotten snow all year, and we got about 4 inches of very heavy snow. It was about 32 degrees, 33 degrees. So you know how that type of snow is when it's just at freezing. And in Seattle, if you don't know this area, it's very hilly. We don't really have a winter infrastructure, and it's just a pain. So I was not expecting it to arrive right on time. Let's see here. Let's read some chat. Sorry, I didn't know Ryan sold Superfoam in 1 liter. Yeah, I didn't know either until, I think he made a video and he was suggesting that he might. And then I went to the website and he was already doing it. So I DM'd him and he said, yeah, totally. And he does not have FCL in right now, and he doesn't have he does have multi-star, but I already have multi-star. But if you need Sal and all these big boys, they go through it a lot. But if you're an enthusiast and you want to try Superfoam, you want to try multi-star, and you want to try FCL, they sell them in 1 liters at Ryan from Fine Detailing. Everywhere else, I tend to go to either KCX USA directly. I'll go to the rag company. I'll go to Car Supply Warehouse. There's a abundance of people who sell KCX, but I think only Ryan right now is the only person that I see that is selling it in 1 liters right now. Let's see. What up, Sal? Yeah, what are we drinking right now? I'm sipping on a decaf espresso. I don't know, man. I'm almost 40. I'm going through these phases, dude. I never was drinking coffee very much, and now I'm addicted to this stuff. Looking fly with that sweater, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I hopefully this sweater's coming off soon, and we're gonna be putting in some shorts in this mug because it's kind of tired of it, man. I mean, this is our first snow, so I'm kind of digging it, but it's freaking March, man. What are we doing here? What's up, 512? That's Brant's, I think, right? I'm getting used to names, so bear with me. I'm learning the names. Got the sweater and that coffee. Let's just say it's hot chocolate if you don't drink coffee, but I add a little dash of water to sweeten it up. All right, no sugars, there's no creamers. Okay, coffee like it should be. All right, let's get to this damn mystery box, right? So I can do this quickly. So House of Rags mystery box. Let's see what we got here. First up, wow, we got the Bio Bombs vehicle deodorizing kit, or as they call it, the VDK. Nick and your maggots. This is what the VDK is. Okay, you're asking what that was. You're probably going to need a little bit more than this for maggots. I personally don't have any biobomb stuff, so this will be exciting to try. Probably will try this. I don't know, maybe a week or so, maybe tomorrow. Let's see. I don't probably need it, but we can try it. I'll open this tomorrow. Let's save that for tomorrow. This looks like they gave me a juicy melons. Some juicy melons. Probably, I already know if it smells like melon, it's probably not my jam, but I'll see if someone who likes it might like it. And then to pretty much fill this, you fill this up with a certain amount of water. You drop the tablet in. You kind of let it bubble. I don't know if there's a motor in here, but I think you just let it bubble on your like middle console. Kind of keep it higher up and kind of let it kind of clear out the oxygen. But anyways, we'll go over that in depth later. All right, wow. Holy smolies, we got a bunch of stuff in here. So let's go through the big one first. We got Quiver Break. Good, I don't have this yet. There's a lot of stuff I have with them, so I'm fortunate. At least first bottle that I recognize, I don't have this yet. So Quiver Break, this is Josh Fee's wheel and tire cleaner. I do not have this yet. I've been hearing good things about it. Been hearing good things, so this will be good to try. Let's see. Oh, another one I don't have. Clean by Pan's Decon shampoo. Eventually, since we have Armour Detail Supplies Decon, would be nice to compare similar Decon and see if it's cost productive or cost effective, which one's clinging better, which one rinses off better, which one actually removes the film. Another Pan demineralizing. So this is basically kind of similar to an acidic reset shampoo. Very nice. There's a lot of good stuff to try here. Let's see. Ooh, another short bottle. Oh, nice. Wow. Kataba wheel coating. Another one that I somehow don't have. I have their wet gloss. I have their signature wax. I have their wet coat. I have everything. I have their interior. I have their glass. Oops. Gloss booster. Glass cleaner. Interior cleaner. Wet coat. Wet coat. And now I also have wheel coating. So this is excellent. We will try their wheel coating on another time. But that is pretty snazzy. Luckily that's clean. I keep my garage floors clean. All right, we're almost done with this box here, but wow. Pretty impressive so far. Oh, nice. Yum Detailer. Now, obviously I have this already. But yes, we go over this a lot. Yum Detailer can't have enough of this. Oh wow, jeez Louise. An IK spray bottle. My gosh. I don't have any IKs. The only IK I have is the 12 liter, and we tried that out last week, and I was pretty big fan. IK, everyone knows IK. This will be my first bottle that I've tried with them. I'm a big fan of Marilax and Pressol, but this will be pretty cool. 2 sprayer heads. This netting for the BioBombs bar, I'm assuming. Very nice. And I believe last but not least, we have a box in here. And it looks like it's the Kataba. Is this the coating? What is this one? Which one is this? Do we even know what this is yet? Let's see, tinted a little bit. Looks pretty good. Oh yeah, look at that. This will be a nice coating. They got 2 suede and a block here. I don't want to drop this, but that looks nice. So that is 50 mils in a glass bottle. This will be a nice coating, Katsuba coating. If you guys know anything about the Koreans and their sealants and coatings, I can't say anything. You would just have to try any, either Luminous or Katsuba. They know their sealants and their coatings. So I'm going to put this up here. That is just gorgeous. I mean, look at this box. Look how pretty that box is. This guy's like just chilling, right? He's chilling. He's got his American Hummer V1, something like that. I don't know. Anyways, awesome. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, the team over at the House of Rags. That mystery box was crazy. All right, so put that over there. Let's read the chat really quickly. Jesus. Flint, what are we drinking? Got that. Looking fly with that sweater. Appreciate it. Decaf, the ultimate. Well, I'm drinking decaf now. Obviously, I drink that gets the caffeinated ones in the morning. Let's see. Winter sucks this year in Ohio. I'm so ready for spring and summer. Yeah, dude. Everyone, I don't think anyone really likes the cold. I mean, I think we like the cold for like to go skiing for the weekend, but I think I get tired of it pretty quick. Brant, I got the sweater and that coffee. Oh, yeah, I got this. I'm catching up here. Let's see. 76 degrees and sunny. Yeah, of course. AK, appreciate it. Rub it in some more. Didn't know Thor did a mystery box. I think they were giving out a couple of mystery boxes. There was like 3 or 4 of them. So I'm just glad I went through mine. Dude, so Sal, no bio bombs. Guess what? I use my own, what is it, sodium chlorine or whatever it is. I got the tablets. It's just not bio bombs branded. And yeah, I pretty much I keep my stuff clean. I don't really I eventually I'll have some dirty cars and it'll be really nice to try some of this stuff. Okay, so you'll love bio bombs. They have a wide spectrum of scents. Yeah, I'm more of like a piney, more of like a men's cologne kind of guy, especially when it comes to the car. You'll find when you're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know that I know they take their scents pretty seriously. I just haven't and tried them. Dang, you hit the jackpot with that mystery box. Officially jealous. Congrats on winning it. Yeah, man, appreciate it, okay. Eddie swears by that coating applicator. I will check that out more. We'll do a whole episode on that because honestly, this car is not coated. This car is not polished or coated. So I will probably just do a portion of the car so then we can keep it as a test, right? Because that'll be great. Because then I'm like, this part's coated, this part's not coated, and then when things start failing, I could say, see, this is what it would be if you did have a coating or if you didn't. Because I think a lot of people have, again, we're in a car detailing world and channel. Most of us will have our cars coated, but I'm doing this because not everyone does. Some people want to see what it'd be like without a coating. All right, let's get to the good stuff. All right. So first things first, we got a car here. It's like it's been raining for the last 3 days, 3.5 days, and now it even snowed today. So it got a little bit of snow. This area hardly gets weather that aggressive, so there's probably not going to be much salt. I don't really see us salting our roads out here, even though it's very hilly. So we don't really need to come in with any like demineralizing stuff. And I also washed it with reactive rinseless wash, and I came and finished it off with FSE, both by Coach Kemi. After I did the test, like what was it, Monday? We did the test with Rip Clean. I think it was Rip Clean. So basically, once I was done shooting that to keep the water spots off the car, I just came with a quick rapid rinseless wash. It's an acidic rinseless, and then I finished it with FSC, which is also like an acidic demineralizing lime scale removing quick detailer. If you haven't tried FSC, it's really good. But today it's 80 ADS, and we are going to start with their decon. Where is the decon? Here it is. Okay, their decon shampoo is a pH of 12. It's like a pinkish, relatively thick viscosity. I am going to pour 1 to 50 in the X foamer. We're going to do it as a foam method, half of the car. And we're also going to put it in a foam cannon, which is also their foam cannon. So to save about 2 or 3 minutes, I slightly opened the box and I switched out the orifice size. I run it Ego 1.2, and they put the 1.25 orifice in there, and I switched it to the 1.1. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this might be a little too advanced for you. Ask me questions, or you can always just ask questions in the chat, but I assume most of us know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go over the ADS foam cannon really quick, and then we will fill up 1 to 10. Okay, so about 1 ounce to, they said 1 to 2 for 32. I'm going to fill up 500 milliliters, and I'm going to fill 1 ounce. Okay, so 1 ounce because I don't need the whole car. We're going to test it out. So 1 ounce of decon, and I'm going to do 4 milliliters to 200 milliliters. So it's like 1 to 50, not to confuse or bore anybody. So let's first go over this foam cannon. Comes in a nice box here. I like this fat head. It looks like it adjusts to both directions, and it has the nice clicking there too. I like that a lot. And also very tactile. Okay. And I also threaded and put this in to save us like a couple of minutes here. Let's see. Sal, gotcha, son. Yo, Dan, I got a roll picking up the. Appreciate you coming by, Sal. I always appreciate you swinging by. Wes, I'm driving, fella, so I'm listening. Yeah, Wes, I appreciate you here. You know, take your time, relax, guys. We're here to have fun. We're here to test stuff. If you have any questions, most of us probably have already tried this stuff, but you know, if you have any issues or not issues, but if you're curious about trying some things, let's try it out. But right now, looks pretty good, feels pretty solid. Nice stainless steel. It came with an extra screen, came with an extra O-ring, and it also had the 3/4, whatever, 3/8 adapter in there, as well as an extra orifice size. I already put the extra orifice size away. And it comes with a hose here. Their ball and hose has like a nice little screen. It's kind of hard to see that. Pretty easy to put in. And when I briefly looked at their bottle here, I noticed their neck is not the widest. I would prefer a wider neck. Obviously, that would probably take a lot of work, like redesigning and remaking all that stuff. But I did notice that. I do also notice that this plastic is relatively durable. It's pretty good. I like that it's translucent. I kind of like this Armour detail brand. Plus, you have milliliters there, and I'm a milliliters guy. Would be nice to have both milliliters and ounces, just because not everyone has, not everyone is, likes milliliters. I prefer milliliters, simpler. But again, I'm American, and I grew up on freedom points, and whatever it is, freedom units. And some people want some freedom units here. So that would be my criticism or feedback. Make the hole wider and add additional measurements there. Let's see here. AK, I like the clicking feature. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try that out. See how it is, but it's so far I do like the sensories of the clicking. So boom, boom, and it does a half click. Half click. There's no like with the griots, you got twist, twist, twist. It's in, twist, and now it's locked. That's nice. Okay. And they have an adjustment here. You can kind of hear it. Very cool. So we are going to fill this. We're going to fill 500 milliliters of water, and we're going to add 1 ounce. So come with me once I delicately put this nice box away. Take a quick sip of coffee. And come with me to fill this up. Alrighty. So 200 milliliters. This is 500. This is 250. So 200 is right there. No, we're doing 500. So 500 milliliters. Right around there. Okay. It's around 500 mils. And I do like this half turn. I like that. That feels really nice. That the pour off feels very nice. Okay. I don't really have any issues pouring water in. It feels like I wish the hole was bigger, but it didn't have issues there. Okay, and where's the decon? Did I just not bring it? Yeah, I just didn't bring it. Just didn't bring it. Okay. So decon salt, pH of 12. I haven't opened it yet. Let's see how it is. Fairly citrusy. We're gonna do 1 ounce. I kind of like that smell. 1 ounce is what? 60 milliliters, I think. 60 mils. Does this one just not? Oh, here we go. 1 fluid ounce is 8 grams. 8 grams is 2 tablespoons and 30 mils. Okay, so we're gonna do 30 mils after we shook the bottle. Kind of has a bit of a syrupy. That's 1 ounce. Nice. Look at those little micro bubbles there. Can't wait to fight crime. What's up, Keith? How you doing, my friend? I love to see exactly if the orifice in the drift phone cannon. So Wes, that'd be a perfect question for Cars with Keeve. Cars with Keeve does that stuff. I don't really have like true orifice testing. Cars with Keeve is very helpful when it comes to things like that. He really is good at that. Okay, so we poured 1 ounce into 500 mils, and we are going to put that in the foam cannon. I'm assuming his dilution ratio is about 1 to 10 with his foam cannon. I just have a standard foam. I don't have like 2.0, 3.0. So now we're going to put 200 mils. And put just a little over 200 mils, and I think 1 to 50, if I'm not mistaken. So 1 to 50 is 4 mils, 4 milliliters, very little. So here we will pour 200 mils into the X foamer. Not very much, right? Pretty little. This is just for testing. And we are going to pour 4 milliliters, okay? 4 milliliters is pretty much the low. Nope, that's 2.5. So 5 mils. Let's do 5 mils. Literally right there. That's 5 mils. 5 mils. Okay, so if you're trying to be cost productive or AKA cheap, if you're trying to be cheap, let's see if 5 mils with 200 milliliters is any effective compared to 30 mils at 500 milliliters. Okay, with the foam cannon. Foam cannon is going to put out a little bit more chemicals, but we'll see. Okay, so we got both items here. We're going to take this back. And then I'm going to get the camera here. Turn on some lights. That'll be good. All right. And then I'm going to take this bad boy low right here and put it by the... First, take out his brain. Flip the camera. Yeah, there we go. Look, I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting better. All right. Cool. So let's do this. Oh, no, not there. Let's do this way. Yeah. So the doors, since decon is usually used on the lower panels, I'm not going to spray up here because most of our cars aren't that dirty up there. So I'm going to use 200 milliliters with 4 mils of product of decon on this lower panel, and then I'm going to come in with the foam cannon and then do this panel, okay, as a test. It's really not that dirty, but it is kind of dirty. Let's do a quick sweep to see how it is real fast, just so people can kind of get a baseline. Okay, it's not super dirty, guys. What's been washed like 3 days ago. How do I look down? There we go. It's not super dirty. There's some dirt there, though. Okay, there's some there. All right, let's get this bad boy going. Look down. Nope. This camera's getting better. I just got to kind of figure out it's the opposite. Okay. What is the chat saying? Keith, what's going on, Keith? I think said hi earlier. Wisconsin, hey, Keith. I'm always trying to be cheap. Flint, I mean, dude, when we buy 600 products, we're trying to save as much money because we need to buy 601 products. AK, I'm not cheap. I just follow Ivan's less is more. He says less is more, but then he adds more and more products. But that's a controversial topic we will save for another day. All right, guys. X-Foamer, let's give it a shot. Hopefully you can see me. See if that's better there. Not bad. Not bad for 4 milliliters of product on. And I still have, it looks like I still have maybe 100 mils left. Probably 100. Looks like I probably did about half of that. Keep in mind, this thing can go like 1.5 liters. Now, let's come in with the pressure washer. Let's see here, get the foam cannon on. All right. That looks pretty good. It's moving fairly decent. Kind of like it like that. And now I'm not familiar with this foam cannon, so let's see if I can try this right. Make sure it's pointing okay. Not bad, not bad for the first time I've ever used it. So I kind of like, okay, so I like it very small. Let's read the chat here while we're watching this. Let's see here. Dry my hands off a little bit. What do you guys think so far? You saw, should I put another layer on the X foam, or you think I should just keep it like that? I need to try out ADS Decon. Yeah, Wisconsin Weekend Warrior. So far, very light, pleasant smell. I have to kind of like look for the smell. This is running off fairly quickly. This is staying on surprisingly long for 1 ounce to half a liter, which is their recommended. They recommend 1 to 2 ounces per liter. Yeah, Flint, I'm still it's a test in progress, that's for sure. What I do like about it is the fact that I don't have to pump. Okay, if someone's like elderly or disabled, or they don't, they don't want to pump, or they physically can't pump, I think an X foamer or just a powered sprayer or powered foamer is an excellent option for some people. And I guess, Flint, I'm gonna guess they're gonna get better. They're gonna get better. This is like new tech for sure. So with the X foamer, it doesn't really dwell very long or as good, right? Is that what we're thinking, guys? It doesn't dwell as good. And I think let me take this off so we can look at it a little better. I think the pressure cannon is a lot better. Oh, okay, so that's in the X foamer, 1 to 50. This is 1 to 10, or not really 1 to 10. It's like 1 to 15, something like that. 1 ounce to 500 milliliters. So like 1 to 15. Okay, could have been even more foamy. And this is his new foamer. I'm pretty certain I have it on max foam. Okay, now let's come in and rinse this off. Oh Jesus, what's up, Vay? Vay Lil Poiraz. That's a cool name, man. Let's see, Wisconsin. I'm so with you on buying too many chemicals, dude. They know what they're doing, man. They're taking our money. All right, let's rinse this off, shall we? Okay, so get our all right, always spray away from the vehicle first so you prevent. Looks pretty flat, and it wasn't very flat before. Obviously, it was not ceramic coated. I have, sealants and whatnot. That looks flat. Looks like flats. I haven't I haven't used an acid wash, but from there it's flat, and it rinsed off pretty well. And we'll do a blow and wipe test on that to see how clean it is. It's flat as well, but not as flat. It's definitely sheeting, but you can still see there's something that's still there. So it almost looks like this was flatter. This looks like it's flatter. Now you see the beading there. If I go like this, you can still see beading, but if I go like this, it looks very flat. Now it looks very flat. So it really depends on how I'm washing it. All right. Let's do a quick blow. There's two ways you can blow dry something. I would recommend using something like this if you have it, but if you don't, these are pretty effective. I wouldn't say they're great for washing a whole car, but if you have like smaller areas, they actually do a pretty good job of like blowing things out. I'm gonna probably test these out more. They're great for like the tires or last minute detailing where you don't have to bring this bad boy around, or just light work around your office and stuff. So check these out. They're getting better. The batteries are getting better. Right here is kind of like getting stuck, a little bit of wetting. I wonder if it's from the decon. I don't really see that wetting here at all. It's just pretty much just right in this one little area. All right, now that we did that, let's do a quick wipe test. Get 2 paper towels here. Okay, so we got two paper towels. First one, we will do this side, the dirtier part. I can feel the dirt. I could feel it. I'd say pretty dirty. It could feel the grit. And now the second side here feels not as dirty, and it doesn't look as dirty. So this is that side. This is that side. Kind of similar. So the foam cannon, I think, was more effective. It has like a softer layer of dirt. This has more of a drier dirt. So if I would say foam cannon won this round, foam cannon was more effective. I probably could have let it sit there probably for another 3 or 4 minutes in my condition. Again, you have to keep an eye on the conditions that you're in. So next up, we are going to make a rinseless wash here. Let me flip the camera and bring it back to me because I miss you guys so much. I can't get enough of you guys. Let's see here. Here we go. Am I back? I'm back, baby. So now you guys are going to you're going to follow me. I'm going to get a bucket of rinseless wash, and then I'm going to pour I know I'm getting higher and higher and higher here. That's too high. You guys just climbed my whole garage, guys. You guys doing? All right. Anyways, bring this camera down. No, not that. There you go. There you go. That looks a little better. All right. So what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to make a 256-1, and we're also going to make Hero as a drying aid, or what Brad says. He says it's a waterless wash. Their dilution is 64-1 for his waterless wash. And I believe his clay lube is less diluted. Confused me. But his clay lube is less diluted at 128, and his waterless is 64. If I'd have to double check. But okay, let me go grab it really quick. We didn't really talk about these buckets. These buckets are very nice. This is also from ADS. Oh, his brain. I need to put my guy's brain back in. Come here. Where's your brain? There it is. There's your brain. Let's put it back in there. You're too jumpy. All right, there you go. Now your brain is back. Let's push this button. Now you're good. You'll be a lot smoother now. Look at that. Look how much smoother you are. Okay, so ADS bucket, clear. Does not come with this. I just have this. It comes with, I believe, the bottom guard. I just go above and beyond and do four-way wall plus the bottom because I'm overkill like that. When the car is relatively dirty, some of the rinseless washes are on the clearer side. I think like Hero, we can check. you can really see the sediment sitting here and not coming back. So these buckets being clear, I do appreciate being able to see how dirty your water is. Now, obviously, my car, I keep it relatively decent, so I don't expect it to be trash. And if it is really trash, we obviously take pre-washes very seriously in this garage. So I wouldn't expect you to be touching a car with Rinseless unless you really know what you're doing, already in that pre-wash stage. So let's get it going here, guys, right? So 2 gallons. Let's do 3 gallons so I can fill the Marilax. We're going to do 3 gallons. So if people are new, which most of you are not, we do a half an ounce per gallon. This here is 1 ounce per container. So we will be doing 1.5 ounces for 3 gallons. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's got measurements here. So hear that? See that? That's 8 quarts. 8 quarts is a little over 2 gallons. So we're gonna fill it to 12 there. So I can put this back and be exact for the live here and get it to exactly 12 quarts. I like that a lot. Big fan of that. Not many buckets will have the measurements there. Thank you so much for having the measurements. So now we are exactly at 12 quarts, and we will do exactly 1.5 ounces. Let's pour it in the bucket so you can see it. Ba, ba, ba. Look at that. You can see it, guys. So always shake your bottle. Always shake your bottle. Oh, that pink lemonade is just juicy. It's just so refreshing. I bet this would be excellent in the summer. Cloudy, like a pinkish cloudy. Now we'll do a half an ounce. Exactly half an ounce. I'm already aware this rinseless wash is extremely forgiving. You don't have to be exact like a scientist. Sometimes I'll even put an extra ounce. I like this stuff a lot. So we will come in, we'll stir that up a little bit, stir that, and then we'll come in with our Marilax, which I'm having issues, Brad. If you're watching, my Marilax does not fit very well in this. So we will do an unconventional method of pouring it, which I normally do not do. Let's just get a smaller container. Pour some. This also is not fitting very well. This bucket is just slightly too narrow to fit my Marilax in. So we're gonna get some solution. Pour it in. At least it smells very good. You can kind of see some of the residual subs there. I've used this many times. It does not foam, or if it doesn't have issues with foaming. If you're curious, that's what I'm trying to get at. And we're going to do a couple of methods. We're going to do the ADS Hero sponge method. Let's see the chat here. The guard takes up space measurement. Yeah, definitely. The guard is very big. But I'm still, when I use my 5-gallon buckets or the 7-gallon buckets, I still can do it. So just making a note the way I do it. I mean, yeah, if I took the guards out, there's a lot more room for sure. 512 Brandts, I think I love that smell. Yeah, it smells. It's probably one of my top 5 favorite rinseless scents. This is Hero's rinseless sponge called Villain. So we got Hero and we got Villain. Relatively on the stiffer brush. When it's broken in, it's even softer. Let me get the top of my Marilax and we're going to dunk it in. We are going to do two methods here. We're going to do it in the sponge and we're going to do it in the double flip, and we're going to use Yum's wash pad, and I'm going to see how it feels between the 3. So when I said 2, I really meant 3. So we're going to bring you back here. Okay. Ba-ba-bam. Dip the sponge in the solution. I'm using relatively warm water. Warm water, I'm assuming, would affect the texture of the sponge. This is not hot water, but this is warm water. Let's see if I can show you here. The water is not foaming, even though I'm squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. Is that better? Here we go. Okay, so that's excellent. That's very good. And we'll come in and spray. 256 to 1, standard dilution ratio of a rinseless wash. Obviously, there's some out there that are 1,000 to 1, 2,000 to 1, some are 128 to 1, but I would say the industry standard is 256 to 1, which is a half an ounce to a gallon. All right, so let's spray it on. I'm using a Marilex sprayer. You don't have to use a Marilex. You could use a keg sprayer. You can use a squirt bottle. Many ways to skin a cat, as they say. This definitely, lower rocker panel looks flat. Looks flat. It probably killed whatever sealant I had there. And the sealants that it might have been would be luminous aqua, it might have been some waxes, might have been a Kotaba. But whatever it was, that panel area looks fairly flat. So they come in also right around here too. This area, right in this area, right here, that looks flat. Okay. So once we got our rinseless solution on the panel, we all know how to do. Oh, so first things first, I'm gonna get a couple of towels. I ordered ADS double flips, and they were supposed to come in today. We're gonna try the double flips, but we don't have any. So we're gonna try with 600 GSMs, and we'll try a yellow one just so you can kind of see if there's any dirt. Yellow is good to see. And actually, let's put these gray backs. Let's get a couple of orange. Let's do one orange and one yellow, and we will test that out. So we will put that in the rinse solution. Plus, we will try the pad, like I just said. We will try the Yum pad. So we'll come in here, and we will bust out Yum's wash pad, which is probably one of my favorite rinseless washing pads. I've used it for soap, but I think this is probably best suited for rinseless. So we will try all three. So first things first, we will do this panel with the sponge. Come in, leave it on the verge of dripping, okay? Just about right around there. See that dripping, just dripping? And for this panel, decently slick. The sponge is on the stiffer side, probably because it's relatively new. I've only used it about twice. I do like this decent wetting on the glass there. This car is not very dirty. I don't see any dirt. Still no dirt. Now there should be some dirt here, especially since I didn't spray decon here. A little bit of dirt here, okay? This is hard to judge. This isn't a dirt comparison video. This is more of like just trying to see how it feels, and most of us know how to use these things. So if you're really new and you're just like stumbling upon my channel, feel free to ask questions, but I assume most of us are detail fanatics and we all have done this ourselves. But who knows? I'm always welcome to help and educate those who may not know. It's feeling a lot slicker the second pass around, like considerably slicker. If the first time was like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, this feels like a 7 now, maybe even an 8. Very much slicker the second time I'll go around. Okay. So now the double flip method, if you're not familiar with the double flip method, I tend to not do this method at all unless there's specific situations. But what you do is you basically soak your towel in this rinseless wash solution, and you use all 4 of the sides or even 8 of the sides. Okay, you wring it out so it's damp. Doesn't have to be soaking. And you go over the car, you flip, go over the car, flip. So let's try this here. So we take one side. Does not feel smooth at all. This is about a 2 out of 10, maybe even a 1 out of 10. Okay. And then what you do is you take that side, that's the dirty side, take the new side, and you come back over. The wetting on this is slightly even closer than the wetting on the sponge. And this feels very, very tough. Fold that in. So now we have 2 new sides, okay? 2 new sides. Let's come back over with it. A little bit slicker, not much more. New side. A little bit, it's about as slick. Doesn't feel slicker like I did with the sponge. Now this is the dirty side. So these two sides and these two sides are both dirty. So we're gonna flip it inside out. So now we have 4 new sides, okay? 8 sides for one towel. You can see how this can be kind of a safer method if you don't think that the sponge is doing its job. Okay, so this is somewhat dirty. You can kind of see right around there. This is the clean side now on the inner part. Let's come back and finish this panel here. Again, about 3 out of 5, 3 out of 10 for slickness. Got a little bit of dirt there. Let's see if this releases the dirt with the towel method. Now keep in mind, if you're going to do the double flip towel method, most likely you're going to use a 2-bucket method, which requires rinseless solution. And then you basically dispose, or you put your bucket in another bucket and you don't reintroduce the bucket back into the same media. Double flip both of those dirty sides. Wring it out gently so it doesn't splash everywhere. And there's still some dirt there. There's still some dirt there. And this side looks surprisingly clean. Okay, this is the lower panel side. Dan cleaning clean cars like Jeff. Yeah, dude, it's a sad problem of ours, right? It's so sad. It's like we're like begging for some dirty cars. It's kind of funny, actually. All right, so that is the double flip method. As you can see, not nearly as slick. And yeah, and this car is not even that dirty. So that's the final method, the tri-fiber mitt, which is next to impossible to find. Go figure. It's really nice. Dip it nice and okay. Count it on the next to dripping. Comment with the final side here. All right, by far the slick. This is like an 8.5 to 9 out of 10. This is just so smooth. It feels like GSF, gentle snow foam. It feels like a ceramic. The beading is even better. It kind of like has a this is still this side. And I've already done this. You saw how fast I did it, right? And I haven't even flipped over. Just as slick. Feels just as slick. It feels like silk. Feels like absolute silk. No dirt. So we'll just come in here lightly. And now let's do the lower panels, because that's what we really want to see after the decon. So the lower panels, no pressure, not nearly as slick this time. I'd say it's about a 6 or 7. It's still slicker than the sponge. Here's some dirt. Here's some dirt. I could feel it. I could feel it. Okay, that's dirt. Then we'll come in with the clean side to kind of go over, because we always do the panel twice. Slicker, like 7 or 8 now again. Much slicker after I did that initial first. And I can kind of feel some more contamination there. I kind of went on the lower underwalker. So we got that. We got that. Let's see how we do. So we'll do the dirty one. Okay, quick. It's already gone. It's already gone. And then this dirty side too. Quick wring. It's already gone. Okay, so the towel kind of didn't remove everything. The sponge did a pretty good job, but it was fairly stiff. And this was the slickest, and it was the best at removing the dirt. Highly recommend getting one of these wash mitts. Hopefully other people try it eventually. So now we are going to do the dry off method with Amplify. We have a bottle of Amplify here. This is ready to use. The recommended is used as a drying aid. And then we're also going to take some Hero, and we are going to use that as a waterless wash method, and that'll be at a 64 to 1. 64 to 1 for 500 milliliters is 8 milliliters. So let's go get a bottle and pour 8 mils into 492 milliliters. Again, very little product, right? I love being cheap. So conveniently, I already have a Press-All bottle here because I'm trying to be convenient. Now, ADS does sell Press-All bottles, and they do sell labels. I did not purchase this from them, but they do sell it, and I think they have their entire line and entire labels and in Pressall, and I think that's just phenomenal. I hope other brands at least start printing labels. I think Yum used to have some sort of contact track with them, but they do not anymore. Okay, I don't want to get too confusing. So we're going to take 492 milliliters or 500. And actually, let's use distilled water this time. Yeah, this is distilled. Let's do 200 mils of distilled water right there. Oh, no, 500. 500 mils right there, exactly 500 mils. And we are going to pour that into the Pressall. And we will be adding 8 mils of Hero, and we're going to be making a waterless wash bottle. So 500 mils. Get a fresh cup. And 8 mils is right under the 10 there. So let's see if I can pour 10 mils too. Right about there, in between 5 and 15. And 10 is exactly right around there. That's 10 mils, okay? So 10 mils. People love watching people pour. Do you guys enjoy watching me pour? Let me know in the chat here. What do you guys think? Do I do a good job pouring? You can kind of see the Hero. All right, so now this is Hero's waterless wash, 64-1. And we are going to compare this to Amplify. Obviously, or I'm not going to say obviously, but there's been a lot of good things I've been hearing with Amplify. I've used it a couple of times. Let's do a little reading on the Amplify really quickly. So Amplify is SiO2 infused detail spray formulated to deliver unrivaled slickness and gloss, as its name suggests. Amplify's innovative formula is designed to elevate the slickness, gloss, and protection of any existing coatings, sealants, or waxes to new heights. Unlike other detailers that can mask existing protection or cause buildup over time, Amplify can be seamlessly used wash after wash. So that's nice. So you can kind of use this all the time to enhance your vehicle's protection without any adverse effects. Ooh, that's nice. Crafted from a blend of unique polymers, silica, resins, lubricating agents, and gloss enhancers that work in perfect harmony to deliver a frictionless protection that can last up to 2 months. Okay. Its easy to use formula makes it the perfect choice for adding the final touch to any maintenance wash, acting as a drying aid or serving as a standalone detail spray. So today we're going to use it as a drying aid. Suitable for all exterior surfaces, including paintwork, chrome, plastic, glass, trims. Amplify is a must-have in every detailing arsenal. So why settle for less when you can amplify your vehicle protection and shine with Amplify? Awesome. I'm pumped. All right, so they recommend drying aid as their main method, and I don't see any dilutions. I believe it's ready to use. All right, guys. So quick smell of the Amplify. Kind of reminds me of like a Bed Bath and Beyond product, like one of those candles. It's starting to drip on me here. I got to be careful here. I don't want to drink it. All right, so it's spilling on me. That's probably my fault. It has like a kind of like a cucumber melon citrus. I don't know what that is. Does anyone know what the smell of Amplify is? Let's try it out though, shall we? So this part I used with the towel. Let's go over this really quickly because this is interesting. I just noticed that. Let's flip this back. Let's pop this down and I got to take the brain out. Right. Take your brain out. This is the part I used with the pad. Okay. There's still chemicals and product there. Look how dry this side is that I did with the double flip. Okay. If you're outside and if you're worrying about your products drying, I probably would not recommend doing the towel method because it looks like completely bone dry here. Okay. This is the sponge, a lot of water, somehow surprisingly dry. And then with the sponge, still a fair amount of water. So if someone said, oh, it's because you did this one first and it's dried, and that one's not dry yet. No, this one's still wet. Okay, this one is still wet. This one is like pretty much dry except for this one streak here. Okay, this one streak. Everything else is pretty much dry. So I would say huge alert, and make a note of this. If you're outside, it's relatively windy, and you're not a pro at rinseless wash, and you're like, oh, sponge is not cool, man. I'm a double flip towel guy. Cool, you can be. Just be careful. Look, this is where I didn't wipe. Look how there's still water there, and where I did wipe, it's dry. Okay, that's something to make a note of. But it looks like the wettest parts is with the pad. And yeah, that's the part I didn't touch. Okay, so that's a good note. That's just to make a quick little mental note there. All right, now we're back, baby. Let me put his little brain back in there, and then click this button, and we're good. All right, all right. Does anybody watch Hawaiian Detail? I'm loving Hawaiian Detail's videos lately. He's always like, all right, guys, all right. And he makes like little jokes, and I don't know, man. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. All right. Let's see. Amplify is nice to use. Greg. Hey, what's up, Greg? How you doing, man? Let's see. Dan, did the snow stop? We got about 4 inches. And yeah, it looks like it did stop. It was it was beautiful out here. It was like a light dusting. I hope you got to see it in the earlier stream. All right, so let me re-rinse this real quick. Let's just do a little bit of hero just to kind of keep it even. Because this, surprisingly, that I did with the double flip is pretty much bone dry. So I kind of want to keep the test of Amplify versus their Hero waterless wash kind of even. So let's just kind of have the panels relatively evenly wet, if that makes sense, because I feel like this would have been not fair since the panel was pretty much all dry, and it probably would have just been a little bit confusing. If that makes sense. All right, so we're gonna come in with Amplify. We're gonna do half the panel here. RTU. Don't need that much of the product. And then we have a bottle of 64:1 of Hero. I can already smell that. That smells very good. But it has like a Bed Bath and Beyond smell at the same time, if that makes sense. Let's see. Ooh, more lights, guys, more lights. And then this is Hero. And then I'm gonna keep this undrying aid, no drying aid. Okay. Now I don't think he has any specific drying towels. Correct me if I'm wrong. They might be using. Let's do 2 different towels, okay? I haven't seen very much videos of this bad boy. It kind of went and gone really quick. The weapon of mass drying. We could do the Rinseless Diva. Who's always stoned? Oh, the Hawaii guy. All right, we're gonna smoke a joint and then we're gonna foam on this car. Let's see how it does. Yeah, he's pretty funny. All right. If you don't notice, when I get comfortable, I impersonate people pretty often. So I'll impersonate Pan. I'll impersonate Eddie. All right. Weapon of mass drawing. I love this on the paint. Sometimes it's not the best on the glass. Not super slick, but it's drying like crazy. I don't even have to go over it again. I could already see it. It's already excellent. Glass, not a fan of this on glass. Feels very grabby. I don't like this on glass at all. But this thing is just straight excellent on very good on the paint. Let me just try this again. Just want to try this again before I add the drying aids. And then I'm going to try this again with the Rinseless Diva. Much slicker with the Diva. It's doing a lot better on the glass. Almost no, it's pretty much already flashed off. So much slicker. Yeah, a lot grabbier. I can kind of feel it. Almost feels like I should iron my car when I'm using this one. It's not as smooth, but it's yeah, this is a lot slicker. Okay, so dry. This is the waterless wash Hero 64:1. Slightly slicker. Now I talked to Brad. He said some people even go all the way up to 15-1. Okay, so the fact that this rinseless wash is very forgiving and you can be very strong with it without having major streaks, excellent. Very bad on the glass. This is not good on the glass. Feels like I need to clay my glass. This is much slicker. I don't feel the graininess of the glass, and it pretty much. Well, I just did that again, but it pretty much flashes off a lot better. I'm still seeing some sort of haze here. Yeah, there we go. I need to come up with a dry towel, and I don't notice any more slicking. I don't feel like this is much slicker than this side, but I do see some sort of hazing right here. So let's come in again with the Diva. It's still there. And now it's buffing off. I can see it's you kind of have to like buff it out. Let's see. And there's still a little streak line here. I think I need to come up with a dry towel because I'm basically just chasing this now. I'm just chasing it. Yeah, so not a fan of that. Not a fan of that, but it flashes off eventually. Now let's try with Amplify, which should be the best drying aid because it's designed as a drying aid. Slickest out of all of them, but not super slick. Not like a ceramic sealant slick. Come in with the dry side. Slicker. Much better on the glass. A lot better on the glass. Like notice, like yeah, yes. Finally, out of the three, the only one that did well on the glass was Amplify. And it feels slightly slicker. I'm seeing some staining right here. Might need to polish this out. There's was that hazing? I can't tell. This is like almost too many lights here. Could just be a little bit of road film there too. I don't know. It's like, yeah, it could just be dirt. I think it might just be dirt. Actually, I can't tell. It's like let me get a fresh towel. I'm gonna get a fresh towel because I'm chasing stuff here. Let's get I think these are Eagle edgelesses or the free birds or whatever they're called. Depends on where you're buying, right? Very slick, very smooth, very slick. Yeah, see, like right here, there's like some sort of white marking. Not as slick. I can tell right away it's not nearly as slick here. Let's come with the dry side. Yeah, this is like medium slick. This is like B plus, A minus slick. And then this is like a B, C plus slick. Coming with the dry towel side. Similar, pretty similarly slick. The glass is pretty good once you kind of buff it out with a clean towel. This one is so much slicker. So much slicker. The Amplify, definitely noticeable. Much noticeable. Hero 64-1 versus plain. Almost no difference. Almost no difference at all. And I recommend whatever I did, make sure you come in with an extra towel and buff it out because this was initially when it was relatively dry. This was very good on paint, and it's just like a D minus, like a D or a D minus on the glass. It will probably frustrate you on the glass, but it also really made me feel like I haven't clayed my car in a year. This will make you feel like you need to clay your car, and I might need to, but none of the other towels made me feel what I felt with this. This made me feel like I was blind my whole life and I read Braille and I can feel everything. So take that for what it is. It could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. This one was excellent. It made the paint feel a lot slicker, but once it was relatively damp, I started having some sort of hazing issues on the glass, and it couldn't really the rockers. It couldn't really kind of dry out the rockers like I normally do. And then I came in with a dry, let's just say Eagle Edgeless 500 or something. I don't know what it is. You know what it is, right? And the buff out really was necessary. The buff out was definitely necessary. Now, once you're done with your towels, especially if you're using sealants. Now, Amplify says it has 2 months protection, so it has like a mild sealant. Um, Always good habit to kind of soak the towels that you used to prevent them from getting clogged and dirty. It's just a good habit. And then I tend to wash my towels. I'll probably wash them tomorrow because I'll probably finish washing this car later. And from what you see, how do you guys think? Let me read some of this chat here. Let's see some of this chat. Let's see. Guys, yeah. Hey, guys. Yeah, dude. Let's see. Ooh, the weaponized drags Rinseless Diva is GOAT. I like the vibe of Hawaiian Detail. Seems like a good and chill dude. Yeah, man, that's probably why I like him so much. He seems very chill. He edits pretty well. He's got a good video, like storyline. His intros always make me laugh. Brands. ADS sells the M22 from the Rag Company. The M22, I think, is what, the shorter liquidator. I've seen some pretty cool colorways from them. Okay, yeah, and it's in pink for them. I bought a few, never used them though. That would be a cool video to see you try. AK Eddie, bring it in close. Listen, it's guys, it's just nuts. Okay, it's nuts. It's wild, guys. It's wild. AK again. I've had the same experience with weapon mask drying on glass. Just doesn't feel right in drying glass to me. Diva, baby goats, mini blankets or the Mr. Twisters. Yeah, I've had no problems. I agree. I've gotten. I really like. What are these two? I think these aren't baby goats, right? These could be. I think they're similar, but I think these are the liquidator mini liquidators. But they're very similar. Um, I saw Rip Clean use this type of towel for his double flip. Very plush. And anyways, that's just a side thing. Let's see here. Wes. The DIY minis are nice. I like those. But I ready for my baby goats 90% of the time. I reach. Oh yeah. Again, the smaller ones, if you wash a lot, you tend to like the smaller or medium ones. I use DIY minis as a drying towel for my beer cans. Oh, that's cool. Bottles out of the cooler, they're multi-purpose for me. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Weapon mass drown just feels like jeans to me. Interesting. Yeah, it's just not smooth. I do like seeing how it just kills it on the paint, but I don't like the way it feels, and I really don't like the way it works on the glass. But it's good to try. I like the DIY mini for polish wipe up. Has anyone tried these? The little eaglets for like wheel wells. I don't. I like the size. I just tend to not really find a use for them because um, I don't know. I don't really dry my wheels. I blow them off, but I don't really dry them. I like I don't dry them like with a mitt or a towel. Do any of you remember when Beanmaker came out and the wanted you also buy the orange edgeless? Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, it looks nice. I mean, I just showed you, right? One of these is orange, right? The orange with the Beanmaker. I mean, it looks pretty, doesn't it? Doesn't it just look so? They're just like, oh, buy this and buy this. Oh, here, trigger time. That does look appealing, right? That does look pretty nice. I get it. I get it, right? Fold these towels later. That's a great idea. I'm going to have to try that next weekend when I polish my wife's Explorer. Then Sydney comes out and says it was because of the towels causing static. Which ones? I know I hear all the time that the bead maker is supposed to be like a lot of dusting. Let me get some of this here. Amplify smells really good right now. I don't smell the Hero. I smell Amplify. I got those Cayenne Rinseless Wash Divas yesterday. That's the blue one I was trying, right? That's Cayenne, isn't it? Or is that? Cayenne is red. No, cayenne is blue. I think, right? My brain is checked out. I used my medium weapon to mass dry again today after a DIY rinseless wash, and they just feel so scratchy. I gave the other one in the pack to a customer last week. Wes, are you talking about her with Beadmaker? He might be. I just hear that it makes a lot of dusting. Obviously, I've done the Clean Maker, which is the 9 parts Dream Maker, 1 part. So it's Dream Maker and Bead Maker and Dream Maker. So it's 9 to 1. Bead, 1 part Dream. And again, I'm basically in a rainfall here, so I don't really have worrying about like dry air. It's the opposite here. Yeah, they'll just I don't know. I haven't tested if the high piles cause static. I again I can't state my opinion on that. Um I like it a lot. I think Beatmaker is one of my favorite. Just it's almost like an amplifier. You can kind of just use it all the time. Mild protection. If I look at this right now here, I see this. I don't know if you can see that from here, but I don't know what that is, and I don't think I had that here before. Let me see if I can show you with the camera. Let's see if I can show this here. I have to give you a lobotomy, and then I can flip the camera, and then I look down. Do you see that white in the corner there? This thing? I don't know what the hell that is. I didn't have that before. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's staining? I don't know. I can't figure that out. I have a hard time trying to figure out what that is. What do you guys think that is? I didn't have that before. That was Decon in the X Foamer with Amplify. And you can see right here, I haven't washed. Okay, so this is kind of where I stopped. So you can kind of see where it's been cleaned and where it's dirty now. You can kind of see that right there. I've waited overnight and had dust issues using Beadmaker. Well, on Wes, I think they never knew why 100%, so they just made it up. In the spring or sometimes in the summer, I have a lot of trees out there. And when I'm done washing my car, I see like pollen, like little pollens and little debris that's from the trees, like just even after like a few minutes when I'm outside. There's so much like pollen and just debris, like little bugs and stuff within minutes. So what I try to do is I'll try to wash the car out there and then I'll dry it inside because even those few minutes limits a lot of that stuff. But honestly, the car looks pretty good. It feels pretty good. Other than that one spot that's kind of doesn't make sense to me, right? This one right here. I don't know what that is. It looks like a scratch or something. I don't know what the hell that is. You guys suggest what it is, I'll attempt it. I probably have a chemical to. Oh, maybe. I use a little KCXT and removed some tar, but I don't think it was that. I don't think that was done by T. Do you guys think that was done by T? What do you think? Do you think KCXT, when I removed the tar, would have done that? Because what I did was I took a paper towel and then I dabbed a little bit of tea on it, and then I kind of lightly rubbed at the paint to get the tar removed. And I don't know if that just made that. Honestly, I don't even think the tar was there. I think the tar was more in the middle of the panel of the car. So I really don't know what caused that. Looks like I need to polish it out. It I really This might be from the tea. I think that might have been the tar. I'd have to look at some videos because I remember I did some. Oh, it's not following me. I did some sort of videos like a month ago, and I remember when I was washing with the mitt, I could feel the tar, but I could have swore the tar was right here. I thought it was right around here, but if it was here, that might have been done by TEA from KCX. Not 100% sure. Possibly. Do a little hand polish. What do you recommend? F6 or do you recommend a like? I have M3. I have F6. I have. Let's see. I got M3. I got F6. I got P3. That's protectant. P3's got protectants. F6 is probably just a regular fine cut. What else I have? I got P6 as well. Big boy. I have too much stuff, guys. I have too much stuff. And then I have like just straight up polish. What do you guys suggest? I'll try it out real quick here. Might as well just try it off the cuff, right? Let's see what you guys think of. AK, are you talking about Garage Therapy CS? I think anytime you rub or car with any towel, you could cause static issues. What do you guys suggest? I'm telling you, Brant, I have too much stuff. What do you think? Should I try F6 or M3? I'm thinking M3. I'm thinking M3 on a polishing pad, like on a what do you think? And do a hand polish. I'm thinking maybe micro cut and a polishing pad. What do you guys think? This one has a cut of 3 and a gloss of 8.5 to 9. This does not have protection. All right, so first up, shake. Since I don't use it very often, always shake your compounds and polishes and your chemicals. Shake, 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 shake. Let's take a quick look at it, see what it looks like. It's kind of like a grayish. See, what's the worst that can happen? Too bad they didn't put Pan's new polisher in the mystery box. That would have been crazy. I have detail codes 15 millimeter. I haven't even taken out of the box yet. I need to try that. So I have the 15, and I have Pan's 20, or I have DIY's 25, and I have the rotary, and I don't really use any of them. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, Dan, I forgot I ordered 40 of those Freebird for. You got 40 of them, geez Louise. And I don't want to show you back there, but I have like boxes of towels. Okay, so we're gonna put just a little bit. Probably don't need this much, but we're just gonna do that. Okay, close that. So this is M3, and we are going to lightly polish this off. I don't know. I'm not gonna do a lot of pressure. There's obviously a lot there. Okay, even though. Okay, so that's M3. Come in with a plush clean towel, and we will rinse a little rinseless. Get it damp. We'll wipe this away. Okay, got that little dirt there. Inner. Both are clean. Just come with another spritz of some Hero Rinseless. And it's better. It's better, but it's still slightly there. It's still slightly, and then come with a little dry. So I see it hazing with the Hero. I don't like this 64 to 1. It hazes very bad. It's still there. So I'm gonna come in with a little bit more micro cut. Yeah, this is very little pressure. I'm basically just using the friction of the sponge. And wipe that away again. Now it's about 90% gone. We'll just do another very light polish of it. And it's pretty much gone. I don't see anything. Let's get another. Let's just get a fresh towel with no Armour detail waterless on it, because that's just making my job harder. Oh, look at that. It's pretty much gone, guys. Let's go see. Let's see how it looks. Take your brain out. Flip it. Flip it real good. Oh, I still see it a little bit. I still see it a little bit. You can still see it a little bit there. And then that part over there, I didn't wipe. I didn't finish wiping. So if we can get some lights in here, you could still see it, but it's almost gone. I bet if I do a little bit more, it'd be gone. Let's try it. Let's just do one final. Let's see what I can do. Let's just manually put that. Let's put baby in the corner. Look down and just watch me on a still, so you can just see me. Just see the master work in action. Okay. So from here, from what I see, it's still right here, and it's about 90% done. If this was a client's car, I'd probably already be done with this, because you know I'm going too crazy. But it's my car, and it's working, and I'm very, very light pressure. I'm basically just using the weight of the sponge. I'm not digging into it. I'm just kind of just using a subtle movement. Take my eaglet. Remember what I just said? I had no real use for it. Right now, I'm finding a good use for it. Just kind of wipe it away. And that's gone. That's pretty much gone. Let me do I kind of want to use Amplify to see if that'll wipe off. Let's try a little Amplify. Nope, that didn't help. Nope, that did not help. Oh, there we go. I'm buffing it out. Yeah. Buffing that out. That looks really good. Just get all that extra wipe off. Now let's look at that. Look at that, guys. We did it. We successfully removed. We successfully polished that out. I don't know what it was. Oh, it's still like a little bit there. Yeah, you gotta look for it. You basically gotta look for it, but it's right there. If I did it one more time, it'd probably be removed. But always recommend doing the least aggressive method first. If you're not comfortable, like me, I already know I'm not a pro at this. But I mean, you do enough research, and you can figure it out. But I always recommend doing the least aggressive method first. All right, I'm back, boys. I like GT Rinseless Wash and QD. I can't seem to get Sigma 3 to not streak. I have to use 3 towels. Which one is Sigma 3? I forgot that. I have a Nova Car S3, and I heard they're making an S4 now, and I haven't even tried the S3 yet. My bank account would disagree, Brant. AK, my wife disagrees. I save over, what is that? I save over $100 for buying the 5-liter jug of Yum Wheels. Oh, now that is something. If I didn't have like 50 wheel cleaners to try out, I think Yum Wheels is just the foaming. I have to try. Let me kind of close out here and give you my brief opinion on what we kind of went over. Let me turn off all these lights. My little light cart. We should probably make an episode on this cart here. Hey, camera, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm doing the light stuff. All right, so oh my goodness. Goodness, what are you doing here? All right, follow me. Follow me. Yay. All right, guys. So to round this up, this episode here, we went over mystery box from House of Rags. I got a 1 liter of super foam from Ryan at Fine Detailing. If you're looking for Kosh Chemi in super foam, multi-star, or FCL, all these bottles that I tend to have to buy in a 5 liter, reach out to Ryan from Fine Detailing. He sells them in 1 liters. Super Foam is in stock. I think Multi-Star is in stock, but FCL, I'm waiting for it. He said he'll send it out to me when that comes in. But the main attraction today was Armour Detail Supply. We went over their decon. Let me go grab it really quick here. They went over the decon soap. We foamed it on in the X foamer at 1 to 50. We also put it in the drift foam cannon in a 1 ounce. Is it? No, it's not dripping. 1 ounce to, it is kind of dripping. Is it kind of dripping on me? No, it's water. Okay. It's not dripping. It's dripping, but it's not chemicals. Good. We should test that. It's not dripping. Good. So this, is it dripping? I don't know. I have to do more testing, but I did 1 ounce, 500 milliliters. It foamed very well. I like the bottle. I like the way it looks. I like that there's a measurement on the bottle. I like that it's clear. I didn't like that the hole on the top was that small. I prefer a bigger hole on the top. And I do like how it's like a twist lock. Very cool. I'm a big fan of that. Good job, Brad at Armour Detail Supply. Very minimal tweaks that I'd have for your foam cannon, but I thought it did a great job. And I think I got it for like $40 or $35 or something for Black Friday. And you can't beat that foam cannon, at least because my Griots is over $100. So they're not comparable. And they're comparable in quality, but they're not comparable in price. So I think Adams did a really good job with their foam cannon. It's all good in the hood. Okay, so we put in 1 ounce to 500 mils of decon, pH of 12, and we did 1 to 50 in the X foamer. I think the X foamer didn't really do a good job of holding the foam or it kind of came down pretty quick and it started drying really fast. And when you're using a caustic chemicals, you don't really want that. Also, I did not try their APC, which is clean. Normally, I would probably spray on clean with the X foamer, then foam on with decon, let both kind of do their thing. But we will say that for another time. I think Greg might be coming up sometime next week, and we might be trying some things. So hopefully, stick around for that episode. That'll be pretty cool. So we did the pre-wash. We rinsed off. I think the rinse off was pretty good. A very mild, pleasant smell. I didn't really smell decon too well. I think it poured very nice. It has like a nice pinkish reddish. The residual, when I just went to look at the measuring cup, the residual, there's very little there. So that's good. You're not wasting product in your measuring cup. And then I think it foamed way better in the foam cannon. I think if you're going to use decon, recommend using a foam cannon at least 1 to 10 to 1 to 15, which is what we tried. Then once we rinsed that off, we did Armour Detail Supply Hero. Hero is a standard rinseless wash with, it's a hybrid polymer rinseless wash. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe there's any protection here. And if it is, I think they're using SiO2 for the slickness. They're not using it as a protection. Then we also tried it as a waterless wash or a drying aid at 64 to 1. And we also tested that compared to Amplify, which is their designated drying aid. I think it's like $17 or $18. It's not the cheapest. If any of these products you like, I always recommend getting a gallon or 5 liters because the cost per ounce goes down significantly. But because I'm trying stuff and I'm not really sure, I try the smaller bottles. The RTU for this, I think it smelled very good. It as a drying aid, it did a very good job. I saw some minor hazing, but compared to Armour Detail Supply Hero 64 to 1, Amplify was much slicker. I think this didn't really increase the slickness very much. We dried it with the Weapon of Mass Drying, and we dried it with the Rinseless Diva. I think the Weapon of Mass Drying is pretty good on the paint, though it feels very scratchy. I can feel everything, and it's even worse on the glass. I think it's a 9 out of 10 on the paint, and it's like a 3 out of 10 on glass. And it's like, if you like towels that you could feel things, get the Weapon of Mass Drying. The Diva, I don't really feel the paint. It has like kind of like a buffer, kind of a very smooth buffer. And this was noticeably slicker than 64 to 1. When I was doing 64 to 1 as a drying aid, it was very wet. Um, I didn't enjoy using this. I did not enjoy using this as a drying aid, though. Hero. Oh, let's go back a second. When I was doing the rinseless wash on a contact, I did the Villain sponge, which is ADS's sponge. I did a double flip method with Eagle Edgeless 500s, and then I used Yum's rinseless wash pad. The Villain sponge, I'd say, was like a 6 or 7 out of a slickness. It was noticeably slicker when I came over that panel a second time. The double flip method was not slick at all. It was like a 2 out of 10, and it had a hard time releasing the dirt, as you noticed. And then finally, we came in with the Yum wash pad, which was very slick. It was about an 8 or 9 out of slickness. It felt like I came in with shampoo, like a traditional, foam contact. Outstanding. That was a really nice combination, and it did a very good job at releasing the dirt. Also, I don't know if my audio just switched. Just let me know if my audio just switched because it's just popping up on my screen, my audio. So let me know if it just switched. And then what I also noticed when I did the double flip method, which was on this panel, it was much drier after like what 3, 4, 5 minutes when we're here. This panel, which was used the Yum pad, the wetting was still here when we came in to dry it, super dry. And then we used the sponge, and this also was medium wet. So these two had a very good wetting after we came in with the contact. And when we used the double flip towels, this dried like crazy. So take that for what it's worth. It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. If you're outside in the wind and you're having issues with drying and things dry too quick, I would not recommend this rinseless wash in a double flip method. And I think the Yum wash pad had the longest wetting. And I think the slickness, the dirt release, and the longest dwell time of wetting, I'd say the wash pad won it in all three criterias. So Wes, are you asking me Heroes Clay Lube? Because I think I asked Brad tonight. Normally, from what I see, Clay Lube has the strongest, like 15 to 1, 8 to 1, 32 to 1, but his is 128. And then his waterless, which is to me usually 128, was 64. So, and I asked him if that was correct, and he said yes. And then he said some people even use it as a drying aid up to 15 to 1 as a drying aid. The way I saw it at 64 to 1, I think I didn't like it. I didn't like it, but I really liked Amplify. It was noticeably slicker on Amplify. And the drying, the way it flashed off, it flashed off the best with Amplify, and I was having issues. I was having issues with both glasses that was 64 to 1 Hero and just regular 256 to 1 Hero. So once we came in with the drying aid, we noticed we had a little bit of, I don't know what that was. I still don't know what that was, but I came in and I polished that out with a little bit of, I think F6, no, M3. We did M3. Okay, we used a little bit of Coach Chemi Micro Cut, and I used like a wax polishing pad. As you notice, I did a little bit too much, but it's okay. When in Rome, I will clean this out later. I'll probably just throw it away. I have a lot of them. And that did a good job. We probably did that about 3. We did about 3 passes. Again, if you're new to polishing or you're not familiar with polishing, always do the least aggressive methods first. You don't want to blow through paint. This is Toyota. It's relatively softer paint. If you're really worried, get a paint gauge. I have a paint gauge, but I wasn't too worried about it. Let's see here. Wes, is that a lot for a clay? That is a lot for clay. Yeah, I agree. And I haven't tried it as a clay lube, as you see. So that is, where are we at for time here? We're at almost 100 minutes. Do you guys want to do a quick demonstration of Pilot, or do you guys want to save this for tomorrow when my tire and wheel cleaner and double flips come in, and we could save this for tomorrow as well? You guys let me know. We got a couple people still watching. And make sure to hit that like button if you're here. so other people see the videos. I always appreciate seeing the engagement. Put in put in the comments afterwards, like questions. It's always nice to see you guys showing support. Oh, while I'm here, Armour. So I'm going to. So this is my interior brush from Detail Factory. Armour Detail Supply works with Detail Factory, or yeah, works with Detail Factory. But I wouldn't dare using my interior brush on the wheels. So what I'm going to do is when the wheels come in, I'm going to use the knockoff version, the SPTA for my wheels, and I'm going to try using the wheel and tires the way. So not to get all over the place here, because this is what I do. I jump around. When I have the wheels and tire stuff tomorrow, I will kind of go over this a little bit more. But basically, he sells a woolly mitt for the wheels, and he also sells scrub pads. He puts like little mints and air fresheners in all his packages. So we'll go over that stuff tomorrow. I was hoping for the box to come in today, but you know how it is out here. Pilot is interior. Yes, that's right, Wes. Do you want me to open up one of these doors and maybe do like a little trim line? It's decently dirty because I have a dog and we go to the dog park like every day and it's dirty there and he stands in my car. I have a used car. I have a car that I use. Does that make sense? Let's see. I need to take the brain out. Let's see. Open this door. Open this door. Clear that out. And then flip the camera down. All right, let's do it, guys. So double click, straighten it up, go down. And then I'm going to put my pressure washer hose away and get some lights up in this biatch. All right, so get my wheel cart here. We're gonna move this a little bit, get my wheels, get my lights back on. Look at that. You guys can see that, right? Look at this. I have my own little setup here now. This is cool. All right. So as you see, my car is not the dirtiest, but it's not the cleanest either, okay? Let's move a little bit more to the right there. Those mats, if you notice, are very muddy. I go through the forest preserve, and my wife sits back there, and I'm going to save that and get it as dirty as possible so I can try out some things. I'm going to steam it, and I'm going to use some APCs on it. So, but this time we are going to come in with Pilot, seeing the Wake Eater interior towels. Okay, it comes in a beautiful green. Got some scrubbers on it. Ooh, scrubbers. And then this side is smooth. No scrubbers. So let me get a sprayer head. Let me get a quick sprayer head on Pilot really fast. And if you guys notice, the sprayer heads that ADS uses are the same sprayer heads that Yum and Labos Cosmetica uses. So they use Pressol and they use these sprayer heads, if you notice. I really like these sprayer heads. They do put out a lot of output. Okay, so smell of Pilot. Let's take a quick smell. Quick smell real quick. Like another like citrusy clean smell. What do you guys think this smells like? What are your thoughts? Also RTU. So if you're using a lot of product, be mindful that this might not be most cost effective. So let's do this. I am going to do a couple of methods. Let's first try it on this door here. I want to do this without blocking the camera. Okay, so I want to spray this on the door. Okay, so first, you can see that, right? No, it's a little bit out of picture. A little bit out of camera. And let's kind of see how this foams. Normally, I wouldn't use this softball brush. It's already dripping a lot. It's dripping a lot. This isn't really the brush I use this on, but I know this one foams pretty well. Foaming is decent. try a scrubbing pad. Where is the scrubbing pad? We'll come in. And it's leaking too. This sprayer head is leaking. A little bit. So I'd say foaming is like 2 or 3 out of like it's mildly foaming. It's not very. I mean, if you're like a high foaming interior cleaner, I would say this is not it. I personally like an interior cleaner that foams. We'll come in with the wake eater scrubbing. You can feel the textile. It almost feels like a scrub ninja. They're basically doing the technology of the scrub ninja, but you have the absorbency of the towel. And as you see, it's not very dirty. Come in with here. This should be kind of a lot dirtier. Let's see if you see that. Let's move that. Let's see if you can see it from here. So scrub pad, very pleasant smell. I do enjoy the smell a lot. It's like a feminine smell a little bit. Kind of reminds me of you like go to Bed Bath and Beyond. Bed Bath and Beyond or what was it? Bath and Body Works. That's what it is. Bath and Body Works. Wipes very smooth. Very easy to wipe off. Very slippery, like very high lubricity. Very high lubricity. Wipes away pretty well. This scrubbing towel is excellent. Kind of a weird angle here. I wish I had a little bit more foaming feedback to kind of where I'd been, but it does feel very slick. Let's see here. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. This towel is also pretty much new for me. It's got a pretty decent bite. It almost feels like a Scrub Ninja. Let's see here. Those towels are bangers for interior work. I like using Rinseless for interior. I love interior Rinseless. I also like putting stuff in a foamer. Let's try Pilot in a foamer, shall we? Like Polestar. I'm a big fan of Polestar 1 to 10. So let's try Amplify. So Polestar 1 to 10. That's pretty cost effective, especially if you have a foamer. If you're using a foamer, you tend to be using way less product than if you're spraying it on. So we're gonna test Amplify in a foamer straight. I would like to hear Brad saying this is really good at 1 to 10 and it foams. Oh, look at that foam, baby. Look at that beautiful foam. So let's see. Let's say some of that foam is on the there. It's foaming better now. But it still doesn't really foam like crazy. Come in with the wake heater. Very, very slippery with this towel. It's hard to do this with the lights. There you go. What do you guys think here? If I come in with the non-scrubby side, it has a lot better like grip to the panel. It feels less damaging. I'm not saying that it damages, but it feels more intimate to the panel when I flip the non-scrubby side. It feels a lot more intimate. It feels like come in with the scrubbies, kind of agitate your panel, and then come in with the non-scrubby side to kind of like get the final stuff. Okay. Normally on door trims, I'll come in with like Yum detailer or some sort of detailer, something that's really smooth. Look at that. Look at the edge there. And then the clean side, yeah, it feels a lot more intimate with the non-scrubby side. Very nice. Very nice. So pilot straight foams very well. That's excellent. That means you don't have to use very much. I like that a lot. Now, I don't see Armour Detail Supply recommending foam, but I think that's very good to note. So, yeah, guys, let's see. That's pretty much it. You get to see, you see how it did. And I have some nice dirty seats there that we can wash later. You can test the steamer out. See, there's a little bit of wet there. A little bit of wet right there. And then it just wipes away pretty well. You saw that, right? That's good. Very nice. What's up, panel? How you been, man? I've been running press-all. The press-alls are excellent. I have like 10 of them. I personally like the older ones. If you see right there, see that yellow one in the corner, like 20 feet away, those yellow ones and the red ones, you might not be able to see inside it too well, but I like those better. I'm gonna pour the rest of this amplify. Let's put you back. So that's pretty much the end of the show, guys. I'm going to kind of put things back, flip this over. I gave my final thoughts kind of already. Put the brain back in. I lobotomized my camera. I got to put the brain back in it. Make sure you put the messages in that you have for me. If you liked what you saw, feel free to comment and share. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going live again because we my initially the package for the tire and wheel cleaner didn't arrive today. So if anyone's new, look, I'm kind of screwing it in and it's squirting out. This sprayer head is squirrely tonight. It's kind of spraying all over me. So come in, rinse that off, get all bottles nice and clean. I'll clean up all this stuff once the live is over. But basically that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to make a live tomorrow. My main point was I'm going to make a live tomorrow and we'll do the tires and wheels and any other little stuff that I haven't tried yet. Let's see. And also I ran out of power today, but I have a backup generator, so I'm Gucci. Let's see here. Can I straighten this out? There we go. Let's see. Panelby, what's up, man? Yeah, man. How are you? I use the non-scrubby side for my infotainment screens. Yeah, definitely wouldn't probably using that scrubby side for anything delicate or piano black or anything like that. I wouldn't risk it. Thanks, Dan. This led right up to the F1 Sprint Series. Man, you have a great night. I hope you enjoy that. AK, kind of like the foaming hand soapings. Yes, and I have a bunch of these. I have smaller ones. I got those big ones. That's a big one. Okay, because if this is big. This is the big. Okay, so I have some in Geist. Geist. I bought Geist before Geist came with this. Now Geist has these. And then this is like my Polestar. This will go a long way. I also have Polestar in a spray bottle because honestly, sometimes this is just so minimal that I'm just like, heck, let me just spray a whole bunch of Polestar. I can use Polestar all day. And again, a little bottle goes a very long way with Polestar. Amplify, I'm going to test this later when the camera's over, and I'll try it 1 to 10, see if it foams well. Because if it foams 1 to 10 and it still cleans and it has that like, I noticed with I noticed with Pilot, it's very slick. It didn't create like a nice. I like more of a matte finish with my interior cleaners. It did not create any finish. I'll try to show a little bit more later. Thanks, Rico. You have a wonderful evening. And yeah, so in Pilot, decent smell, not super strong. Foaming was mild. I give it a C minus for foaming. I like more foaming. I like seeing where I've been. I like seeing it stay there so I can kind of wipe it away, know where I've been, know where I haven't been. So that would be my criticism for Pilot. I do like that it foamed. I hope it foams excellent still in 1 to 10. If that still foams 1 to 10 and it's still effective, big points, because that makes the cost of that bottle like competitive. I'll just say that. I'll make it competitive. I still have to try Luminous Blanc. There's a lot of interior cleaners I still have to try. I have Blanc. I just haven't tried it. And tomorrow, so last time, tomorrow, hopefully the package that we were supposed to open up tonight arrives, which will be the tire wheel cleaner. I already have the bucket and all that stuff. We'll go over that. We'll wash a wheel or two, and then maybe we'll do hero again or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out, guys. We have a lot of stuff to try. Maybe we'll wax. We'll wax or something. And if you guys have any questions, I appreciate it all the time. I appreciate you guys coming in. It was almost 60, almost 2 hours. We're almost at 2 hours. I hope my audio was good. I will obviously re-listen to this tonight or tomorrow and try to see if everything was smooth. But I think we did a good job, guys. I think we're getting better at this. What do you guys think? You guys enjoying this? Do you is there anything that you guys like me doing? There's anything that you'd want me to do better, like better angles and stuff like that, shots? Hopefully the lighting is good. I've noticed that the lighting really makes a big difference when we're like washing or kind of looking at like pre-washed dirt and stuff. So again, thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you, Brad, Armor Detail Supply. This was all on my own dime, but I do like his brand a lot. I see his like behind the scene videos where he kind of like shows us how he makes stuff and that the intimate parts of his brand, and I just respect that a lot, and I just his spot is so clean, it's so organized. He explains how the surfactants and the emulsifiers and polymers and all that stuff. He clearly knows what he's doing. He might not be the best chemist in the world, but he's passionate, and he's competent, and his products are great. He takes criticism and feedback very well. He's very responsive, he's friendly. I hope to meet him one day, and maybe one day he'll send me some products, because I'm broke over here. I'm up to my teeth in stuff that I already can't afford. So hopefully maybe he'll send me some of these products that I haven't tried, and we can test it out together. That'd be great. Yeah, thanks, Wes, man. You have a great night. Wash and Talk is good, better than Jamie's lighting. Yeah, I also was going to get two more of these lights tonight. So this was going to be my like talking lights. And then I'm going to have like one or two set up here so we can have washing lights. So I'm going to have talking lights and washing lights. But again, they were supposed to arrive today. They did not, but they will. And maybe we'll have even better lights tomorrow. So it's getting better each time. Thank you so much, AK. I appreciate you guys liking it. And then, would you purchase their foam cannon? Yes, that's a good question. So, coming from $100 Griot's foam cannon to a $35, $40 foam cannon, um, this is very comparable to Griot's. I think Griot's I haven't done and it keeps kind of dripping. I don't know. I don't get this with Griot's. I don't get this with Griot's. Other than the hole could be bigger. Other than that, I haven't done any key testing. Right, I don't drop this. I try to take care of my things. It feels like it's thick enough. I do like the measuring. Griot's does not have measuring. Griot's is harder to see through, but it's still clear enough that you can see what's in it. You might not be. It might with the griots. It might not be as aesthetically visible as we like a Raincovo or something. And I know there's a lot of good Amazon products that are in the $25 to $30 range. Comparing to like a Raincovo to griots, I'd say this is a lot closer to griots than it is to a Raincovo or like a Bear Force. Right? Is that what it is? Bear Force. I have one over there. Um, Yeah, might as well just show you. This Bear Force, super thin, super clear, bigger mouth, right? Bigger mouth. And this is like a $20 foam cannon. But I can tell if I drop this and it's full, I'm not expecting to it to last. This one, if I drop this and it's full, it wouldn't surprise me that it held up. The griots, if it dropped it and it was full, even stronger, I would assume. It's even stronger. It just feels thicker. Like Let's take a fresh one out of the package here. Now that I'm really looking at it, the holes seem similar. So everything that I just said about smaller hole, I can kind of disregard because this actually is about looks like it's about the same size. Still a little bit smaller. Okay, a little bit smaller. I felt like it was smaller than it is, but this is definitely thicker. This is thicker and it's still more durable. But is it $50, $60 thicker? That's up to debate. I would say probably not. And again, you saw me use this. I used this for about 12 seconds. So I still need to test this more. Tomorrow, we'll try this out tomorrow a little bit more, maybe. I'm going to I'm going to keep this decon. I'm going to pour this decon into a container. Um, yeah, yeah, and then just save it and we'll try it for later. And that's all she wrote, boys. It's hard for me to end these streams because they're so smooth. Orifices are a true 1.1 and 1.25 according to Keeve. Okay, great. Like I said, it came with both 1.25, 1.1. It had the 1.25 already installed, and I switched it out to the 1.1 because I have an Ego 1.2 gallons per minute, and I know the 1.1 is better for mine. I like the metering feature of griots. I need to get one. Yes, I tried the metering with protector wax, and it was sucking it all up, and it was going really quick. It was putting on a performance though, but if you're frugal and cheap like me, I tend to go back to using like a spray cannon for protector wax or something that I've seen as a metering. Let's see, Griots lifetime warranty too. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, and also Griots is about 30 minutes. The headquarters is about 30 minutes from here. It's actually pretty close by. So, I'm thinking when the weather warms up, probably in the next month or two, I'll drive down to Griots, which is about 30 minutes away, and then we'll do a quick walk through the shop on a live. I think this will be cool, right? This is kind of like in my head right now. We're gonna go to Griots, the headquarters. We'll walk around the shop. We'll get a couple of things to try. I think there's soft wash, or there's no. I think it's called surface wash. I think that's their pre-wash, which is like an active foam. I'm pretty certain surface wash. I've been hearing good things about surface wash. It smells good and it actually cleans. And cleaning and smelling are my two things. Okay, I need it to actually perform. And I need it to be pleasant smelling. And then I have a Griot's rinseless wash and wax. I wanted to try their actual just straight rinseless. I've heard it's like mediocre or even like subpar, so I haven't bought it yet. And they have like a ceramic rinseless. They have a wax, ceramic, regular, and they think they might even have a graphene wax or rinseless. They have like four different rinselesses. They're all very expensive. When I go there, they're always like in a gallon. So I don't want to spend like $100 for like a ceramic rinseless and it's not even good. Like, what am I doing? It's $100. So, anyways, I do want to try that, but I probably won't get it. But I get a surface wash and maybe we'll try the rinseless wash and wax and maybe like a tire. Is their tire and wheel cleaner good? Anything? Oh, you know what's really good that I like a lot is their Best in Show wax. I have that. I'll get that bottle ready for if we do a Griots thing. Their Best in Show wax. I tend to use a hand sander, and I polish that on. Oh, this smells so good. Their Best in Show wax. I love it a lot. Let's see. The quarter turn is dope. Yes, I did like the tactile feeling of the drift, the ADS drift foam cannon. The textile is nice, but to be honest with you, panel by panel, when I'm using the griots, I'm not really adjusting it very much. Like I get it if you're adjusting it a lot, but I tend to kind of like set it to max foam. I kind of have it adjusted to where I want it, and I kind of just leave it. I don't really use it much. Does you foam cannon line up with the Armour logo when tightening? Because mine doesn't. Good question. Let's see. What are you? Yeah, that's just water. What are you asking? Does the foam cannon line up with Armour logo when you tighten it? Because mine doesn't. What do you mean, panel? I see the Armour here. Um, Open and close. I see open and close on this top part right here. AK, sprint racing is starting. Night, y'all. Good night, AK. Have a great evening. Thank you so much, buddy. Wes, that sounds fantastic. I talk like really fast, so I'm not sure what sounds. I think you're talking about me going to Griot's and visiting Griot's, getting a couple of products and coming back and trying it out. I think that'd be great, right? Also, if anyone's still listening, I know there's a couple of you. Greg, we all know Greg. I don't know if Greg is still in here, but we are going to be. Greg's going to come up here. I think he's got family in this area. He's going to come up here and then he's going to bring in a couple of, I think, Luminous products and I think Armor Detail Supply clean. And we will hopefully do a couple of lives with Greg here. That'd be pretty fun, right? What do you guys think about that? Um, he has very few followers. We both have very few followers, to be honest with you. I'm relatively new. I don't know how long he's been filming, but he makes some really good videos. You guys support Greg. He puts in a lot of very good work into his videos. I'm kind of more of like a one shot, one take, like let's just get it in, kind of guy. And he's over here kind of like Martin Scorsese. He's like, all right, first we're gonna think about, he's on a whole different level. So shout out to Greg, shout out to all the work that you do. And I'm excited to see the content that he's putting out. And he's gonna be coming up here. We'll try a couple of stuff, maybe do a little lives. You know how I'm doing it because I'm feeling like lives is a little bit more comfortable for me. I do miss shooting some film. I think when it warms up, it's snowing today, right? And it's the weekend. So maybe tomorrow, I probably won't because I have a baby. I have like a 1-year-old baby. And like pretty much the only time I have is when I'm taking care of him during the weekdays. And then on the weekends, it's like the only time me and my wife and the kid have time. So it's very hard for me to film right now. So it's really nice to kind of like brainstorm things to kind of like do live and then do stuff like this where I'm kind of like testing and then you guys can ask me things. So to keep it short, I'm very busy. So most likely I probably won't do some filming this weekend, but I'm hoping that when it warms up and like in the summer, like in 3 months, it's 8 o'clock right now. At least it's 8 o'clock for me right now. It would still be light out for like another hour. So when we have all this additional sunlight, I'm hoping I'll be able to kind of go outside with you guys and do some, more extensive washes and stuff like this is just fun for me. He's coming east in June. Oh, nice. You talking about Greg? Be good with Greg. I'll try. He seems really nice. I'm nice too. The bottle seems like it has a front and back, but it doesn't line up with foam cannon when tightened. I would panel by panel. I would reach out to Brad for something like that because I'm not a foam cannon guy expert. I'm a I'm a rinseless man. I'm a sponge and bucket guy. Let's see. Maybe it's on purpose because you would be holding it from the side when on the gun. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's a very good question. And that's about it, guys. I'll let you to it. It's late. Thank you so much for coming. Expect probably a live tomorrow, maybe around this time, 6 o'clock my time, which is 8 now. But yeah, I'll let you guys go do your thing. Enjoy the evening. Have a great Friday night. And I'll see you tomorrow, guys. All right. See you guys.